So, how many of you know that you like CSV? Like anyone having any idea or experience? Anyone having idea or knowledge like what exactly CSV? Why there is a um, buzz in the industry nowadays? Any idea? No one. You're all enrolled for this session, right? Computerized system validation. Team, that's okay. So today we'll be giving session on computer system validation. What exactly the importance? Why it is very important nowadays? There is a hype in industry. The advancements in the technologies we all will discuss in the today's session. So the flow of presentation will go like why it came into picture, what is the history of the CSV, and why it is so important. What is the future prospects, like the next 10 years? What will be the future of the CSV industry? If you are a fresher currently, if you are studying B from final year, or maybe you have experience currently working in any pharma industry, maybe in some other department, you want to switch your career to CSV, that will help you to choose like this is a better choice for your career or not, and what exactly the GAMP 5 and CSA, and what will be the different career opportunities if you're going down the line, maybe the next 10 years, what will be the different opportunities that you can choose. Okay, you can feel free to stop if you have any questions um, in between also. So CSV is like computer system validation. So anyone can tell me like what is validation, team? Please respond whether it's correct or wrong. Anyone respond, team? Are you able to see my screen? There is one mission equipment here.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
How many of you know there is a different departments such as like manufacturing or production, quality control? Can anyone say what are the other departments in pharma industry? I think Prasad, you're working in pharma, right? Already. Can you tell me what the different departments? What is the regulatory authority for US?
US FDA,
FDA means
Food and Drug Administration,
for India.
CDSCO.
Your good name?
Sorry.
Your good name, please. Hello.
So, sir, I can't understand what exactly you are trying to.
It's okay. No worries. So able to see my screen, right? There is a equipment here. Okay.
Yes.
It's a while filling machine. Okay. So nowadays, earlier it's all about human beings, like where they are working more human resources and less technology. But nowadays, if you see, everywhere we are using the technology. Where if you are using more, like nowadays you are hearing, how many of you know AI/ML? AI. What is AI? No. How many of you know Chat GPT? At least you heard the word. कभी नहीं सुना क्या Chat GPT?
Sir, सुना है.
हाँ. Are you using the Chat GPT? That's okay. No worries. So nowadays we are hearing this word artificial intelligence, machine learning. Everywhere it is impacting, right? So every earlier it's all about, especially in the pharma, there are like less adoption of the technology, especially the computers. But nowadays, due to the advancements of technology and industry revolution. Everywhere they are using systems where they are automating their business processes, digitalizing their business process. So if you see this vial filling mission, I know, I believe you all know what is injection, what is tablet, what is ointment, these type of things, right? So in order to fill that particular vials, 5 ml, 10 ml, 20 ml, whatever the vial capacity may be, you have to use this vial filling mission, where if you see a screen here, right? Are you able to see the screen, like the
Yes,
computer
yes.
that we call it as CAD or HMI? It's a human machine interface or supervisory control data acquisition system, where in order to operate this particular system, no need to go and send like one by one, like manual interruption. You have to set the parameters where we call it recipe parameters, where you will automatically set those parameters. Say for example, for every 10 minutes it has to fill maybe 100 vials with 5 ml, the stoppers, and how much fast it has to fill that 100 ml vials or not. If there are any vials that is filling only 3 ml, 4 ml, the system automatically will reject it by the sensors. That's how the software will work. We have to validate the system for its intended purpose. The intended purpose of this equipment is to ensure the vials are filling with the drug product, actual drug product, whatever it may be. So in order to work this particular system, you will be ensuring how the system is working. So as a CSV person, as a computer system validation engineer, or maybe the validation engineer, you have to ensure the software is working as per its intended purpose. You need to ensure two things: one is business requirements as well as regulatory requirements. Someone said for US we do have FDA. So what exactly FDA do, students? Can anyone tell me what exactly FDA do? No idea. I have a XYZ company in India. I want to export my drug products into US. So do I need to follow anything? Or directly I can manufacture
Yes,
and send?
yes. We need to feel the dossier and send to the regulatory authority of USA.
That is more concerned to regulatory authority, right? More of
Yes.
regulatory affairs, where you will file that submissions and you will get approval for that. It's all about getting approval for a drug product, right? That's what
Okay.
you're going to say. You have to say that we are following the rules and regulations set forth by the US FDA, because you want to sell you want to market your drug products, correct? So in the same way, it is also a regulation where, how many of you know GMP, CGMP, GMP? No idea.
Manufacturing practices.
Yeah, C stands for current, GMP is good manufacturing practices. Can anyone tell me other good practices?
Good
Good
laboratory
laboratory.
practices.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Good
Good clinical practices.
Okay. Anything else? Distribution.
Good warehousing practices.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
documentation practices.
Mm-hmm. Did anyone heard about this word GXP? GXP team?
No.
No, whatever you said right so far, the good clinical practices, good laboratory practices, good manufacturing practices. So whatever the good practices, X can be replaced with manufacturing, laboratory, clinical, or the distribution. So it is something, what I'm saying, whatever the rules and regulations set forth in the US FDA, we have to follow. So it's a predicate rule. So we have to validate the software. That's what a CSV person will do. So in order to validate the software, we need to ensure we have to produce a few deliverables. That's what it's all about, CSV. And it's all about documentation in pharma industry. What is SOP? SOP team? No idea. Standard operating procedure. So in pharma industry, if you want to work with any of the system, if any of the, like whether it's a uh, filling machine or maybe the tablet manufacturing machine, whatever it may be, you need to ensure that you are following the standard operating procedure. It will not be the same for each and every organization. Depends on the organization. You have to undergo some trainings in order to get access. Then only you will be able to, once you complete the training, then only you will be able to access the system. Okay. So our job is to ensure the software is validating. What happens? I believe you are all using WhatsApp, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So if you're sending a message to your friend, instead of your friend, it went to some other XYZ person. What happens? What my question, team? You saved your friend number. Instead of whenever you are trying to send a message, like say for example, good morning, right? So instead of it reaches to your friend, it went to some other person. Then what you will say? The WhatsApp is not
Immediately
working
deleted.
properly, right? Not deleted. You sent it correctly only, but the WhatsApp is not working for its intended purpose, right? To whomever you are sending, the message must be shared to that person only, right? Not to the other person.
Yes.
You got it? What I'm trying to say, there is a bug in the software. That's how the WhatsApp is not working properly. Correct? So our aim is to ensure the software must be validated to ensure the system is fit for purpose. It has to fill whatever the recipe parameters that you mentioned are the you given in the input in the software. Okay, whatever the industry may be, whether it's a injectable plant, maybe the oral solid dosage form or API, you must ensure the software is validated as per its intended purpose. Okay. Any questions so far, team? So we'll see the history of the why it came into picture. During 1990s, the US FDA stopped importing of drugs from European medicine, like European countries. Why it is? Because they are using some software and they are not testing for its intended purpose. They identified few of the bugs in the software. That's how they stopped importing of drugs. So one such incident is like Therac 25. There is a drug radiation therapy machine that is Therac 25, which is like it has to give some 25 radiation. It given more than 100 times than the intended dosage form. So there is a some 7 to 8 members death happen because of the bug in the software. So that's how they started focusing more on whenever you are using a software, you need to validate it, you need to ensure that is free from bugs. Say for example, today you are giving like using that machine where it is giving 2 ml, and tomorrow if the same system giving 5 ml, it will be resulting in the adverse reactions or adverse effects. So we don't know how the system is behaving. So the system should behave always consistently. Okay, what is consistency meaning, team? Consistency means
Maintain a frequency or its
uh-huh,
repetition.
that means it is working every time in the same way only. Say for example, we are connecting every day 10 a.m. That is something we will say it's a consistently you're connecting 10 a.m. every day. That we have some consistency, right? Okay, so we have to ensure the system is like must be working as per the intended consistent performance only. And if you see, the first regulatory requirement was published in 1992. That is something EU Annex 11. Recently, in July, also they made a amendment to that one, the latest by the European Medicines Agency, that is Annex 11. And in the later 1997, after 5 years, US FDA for US, we do have a federal Food and Drug Administration. They published 21 CFR Part 11, electronic records and electronic signatures. It's a regulation, and it is very important in the CSV. So whenever you are using electronic or electronic records or electronic signatures, what controls you need to have? We need to ensure. That's how we need to have a understanding and interpretation of 21 CFR Part 11. So what it says is like we have to validate the systems to ensure accuracy, reliability, and consistent in performance. That's what I'm saying, right? Say for example, there is a training management system, maybe learning management system. In order to complete your trainings, you must undergo some uh, trainings in any of the company. I think someone said like you already working in industry, right? MQ Pharma. Who is that? Is it Prasad? Hello, team. Someone said he's working in MQ Pharma, right? Ahmedabad. Who is that? May I know your name?
Yes, sir.
So you already completed your trainings, right? Whenever you joined in your organization,
Yes, sir.
what is the software that you are using? Which one?
Pharmaspec.
Sorry,
Pharmaspec.
Pharma spec. What
Uh,
exactly that Pharma spec will do?
so no idea.
No
Currently
idea.
working in.
Mhm. Maybe there is a update in to the particular SOPs. You will be notified in that Pharma spec, right?
Yes, sir.
Then you have to complete your trainings. Okay. Sometimes you have to write some exams also, maybe 80%, right?
Yes,
Out
sir.
of five, you have to complete four questions correct answers. Otherwise, if you are right, you mentioned only three correct answers, then again you have to take that particular test. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to say, the pharma spec is to ensure that your the particular software is using for the training of the resources and to maintain their electronic records. I mean to say the training records.
Okay.
So
Yes,
the
sir.
intended purpose of the system is to train the people to ensure that the system holds the records. Whenever there is a need, you can take their records and you can submit to whoever. Maybe that during the audits or inspections, they will definitely ask, can you produce their training records? Okay. So that's what the intended performance of the training record training software, whatever the pharma spec may be. In the same way, whatever the system that you're going to validate, you need to ensure the system is fit for its intended performance, and we need to ensure few of the regulatory requirements. When I say regulatory, it's a 21 CFR Part 11 for UFDA. For CDSO, we do have other. For European Medicines Agency, we do have a Annex 11. Okay. And there is a guideline called GAMP, that is good automated manufacturing practices. It's kind of a bible for CSV. If you follow the GAMP, it's a guideline, it's not a regulation. If you follow the GAMP, you will be able to follow the underlying regulatory requirements. So anyone can become a member of GAMP, like it's a subcommittee of ISPE, International Society of Pharmaceutical Engineering. The importance is like ultimately the license industry people, we are all working for human beings, right? So it's very important to ensure their safety, because instead of some 500 mg, say for example, it is giving some 1000 mg, then it will leads to adverse events. So ultimately, as long as we are working for human beings, our main theme is to ensure patient safety. Okay. And then product quality, and then data integrity. So these three factors are very important. So the outcome of the wrong product leads to adverse reactions of the patient death, whether it may be pharma, biotech, vaccine, or med devices, any industry. Okay. And earlier it's like the pharma industry, especially the domestic market, India, not adopted the technology, but after 2018 they started increasingly like adopting this uh, process, like they started automating their process, they started digitalizing their processes. Okay. Are you able to understand, team? Hello, are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in between. So the industry increasingly started using computers to stop to support their development and the manufacturing practices. Otherwise, what happens, instead of the softwares, if they are using human beings, it may take more time, they need to invest more money, they need to invest more resources also. And the computers, if you start using it, will enhance your performance, reduction in the production costs, and improve the product quality. That's where I said like, oh, always we need to ensure focusing on patient safety, product quality, data integrity. And Regulatory authorities treat lack of validation as a serious deviation. So that's where we have to validate the software for its intended performance. Okay. And the current trends, as I said, right, you might be hearing this word artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing. Earlier, all the companies, they used to host their softwares on their own premises. I mean to say, they used to have a server or IT team, but nowadays they are starting moving to AWS. Anyone having idea what is AWS? Azure, AWS? No? How many of you know Amazon? No, no one knows. No one do online shopping. Amazon Prime. So AWS is a Amazon web services where we can host our applications, and they will maintain each and everything. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, in the trends of, in the current trends of, like, regarding the digitalization of the processes, like automation, digitalization, there is a focus in computer system validation. That's where you are hearing this word, computer system validation, computer software assurance nowadays. Even due to the work life balances, maybe if you're working in a core pharma, I'm not decreasing that, like, core pharma is not that good, but due to the work life balance, especially in terms of pay, in terms of work, you need to work on Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes you need to stretch your work hours, maybe during, if there is any audit or inspection. And even the pay also, when it compared to core pharma or IT industry, it is very less. Even if, like, having 5 years or 10 years of experience, you may get 10 to 12 LPA only, I believe. But if it is in CSV with a 5 years of experience, you may get somewhere 10 to 15 lakhs easily. Okay. So the current market overview is like, in the 2023, it is estimated at 3 billion US dollars. By 10 years after, like 2036, it is expected to grow by 11 billion US dollars. The current annual growth is 11%. What I'm trying to say, there is a huge demand going forward. Every industry, whatever you name it, all the companies, they have to adopt this automation, digitalization, using more of computers. Whatever the systems may be, the part of QMS or maybe the manufacturing systems, they need to ensure they are using the softwares, and they must be validated. That's where there is a huge demand market for the CSV people. If you name any of the company, whatever, like Cognizant, Accenture, TCS, Wipro, Deloitte, whatever you name it, every company, they have their CSV team or maybe the compliance team, where they are working for the topmost pharma companies. Say, for example, Cognizant. Cognizant to have Novartis, Pfizer, Sanofi, Amgen, all these, like, they are the vendors for this pharma company. Okay. So what is the share or percentage type of services or the region? So especially North America, if you see recent days, so many domestic, I mean, to our national companies, they started establishing their companies plans in North America. If you say DRL, Dr. Reddy's, Granules, or Hetero, so many companies, they started establishing their companies in North America. And the percentage of the segment is like documentation services, consulting services, training services. There is a huge demand going forward down the line, maybe the next 10 years, 15 years, for the CSV, where you will have a better life, more work life balance. You can work in any of the IT company in India. You will be getting like 2 days off, good package. The work life balance will be more when compared to core pharma industry. Okay. So the current industry revolution is Internet of Things, cyber security, electronic data. Everywhere you are using the systems, right? I don't know how, how many of you know IoT, Internet of Things. It's automatically, you can use your home, like, with the Internet of Things. Or maybe nowadays we are hearing this Netflix or Amazon Prime. So earlier, if you want to watch a movie, maybe you need to go to a movie theater, but nowadays on the OTT platforms you can easily watch, right? That's what advancement in the technologies, where cloud computing, artificial intelligence, it's impacting each and every industry. So what are the warning letters? So if you're not following the rules and regulations set forth by the US FDA, you will be giving the warning letters. That means you are not following the regulations set forth by the regulatory authority. So we'll see what are the few warning letters in this slide. So far, anyone having any doubts, team? Are able to follow, team?
Yes, sir.
No questions so far. Okay. So there is no validation for software revisions or upgrades. So how many of you are using WhatsApp? Everyone? At least respond for the general questions.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
I believe majority of the people who ever joined, they are all using WhatsApp, right? Maybe if you're using from past 2 3 years, you are using the same version, whatever you started using in 2023. Still, you're using the same. There are
Yes,
no
sir.
No, there
upgrades.
are
So,
changes.
no.
There are changes, right? Always the WhatsApp company or the Meta, they are working on how better features we can give to the our customers, right?
Yes.
In the same way, here also, whatever the software that you are going to use, they will be always working on how better features we can give. There will be a revisions or upgrades to the software. Okay, it's not like one time you are validating the software. Whenever you're going to revise, whenever there is an upgrade to the software, you have to validate that version as well based on the impact of that particular features. So what I'm trying to say, if you're not validating that software revisions or upgrades, the system is not in complaint state. That means you are not following the complaints that will be treated as a non-compliance. There is a thing called audit trail. So say for example, whatever the activity that you are performing, automatically it will capture at the back end. If you see after 1 hour, Amici will be able to know who joined at 10 o'clock, at what time they left, how many till end of the session they are in the session or not, what is their name, what is their email ID, everything he will come to know. That is something I can correlate with the audit trail. Once you started with the activity, each and everything automatically will capture in the audit trail. So that is inconsistent with the printed records. So especially to trace the activities, audit trail is very important for the this CSV. That is one type of control when it comes to 21 CFR Part 11. Failure to prevent unauthorized access or changes to data. So unauthorized access means if you keep your phone
Sir,
idle.
sorry for interrupting. Sir, can
Okay.
you please explain the second point?
Audit trail data is system audit
Yes,
trail
yes.
data for system is inconsistent. That means whatever the data that is capturing by the audit trail in the system, that is not same exactly as the printed records. That
Okay,
means
okay.
you will be going to take a printouts, or maybe the system will hold the records. Okay, say for example, I logged in at 10 o'clock today. Okay, with my role and whatever the ID that have valid credentials. Maybe I am the operator or the supervisor for that particular system. Okay, where I have a role. Okay, so in that case, the system, whatever the record is there, that is say showing as I logged in at 10:05. That is something inconsistent, right? Actually, my login time is 10 o'clock, but it is showing as 10:05. Okay, that is something inconsistent with respect to the audit trail and the record. Got it?
Got it.
And failure to prevent unauthorized access. You are all using your mobiles, right? If you keep ideal, maybe you were working somewhere and then suddenly someone called, you just kept your phone ideal and then you went somewhere away. Maybe you will come back after 5 10 minutes. So I will be able to access your system, I mean your phone. Will I be able to access your phone, team? Sir, no? No one? So my question is, you are working and you are like you kept your phone unlock. Ideally, you kept there and you went somewhere, or you want to meet your manager. Suddenly, your boss called. Suddenly, maybe your teacher or professor called you, right? And then maybe you will come back after 5-10 minutes. So in between, the person whoever besides you, maybe if say, they have some grudges, will they be able to access your phone? Hmm?
No, sir.
Why so?
It, uh, because the phone might be password protected.
Mm-hmm. Automatically, maybe after 1 minute or 30 seconds, it will automatically get locked, right? That means the person whoever wants to try, if they don't know password, the system will consider as unauthorized access. That means the person is not authorized to access your phone. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't have that lock or that password mechanism, anyone will be able to log into your system. They can hack your, I mean to say, they can see your photos, they can store whatever. Maybe they can go to phone pay, Google Pay, they can send money to whoever the accounts they want to. Okay. So that is something, there is a thing called only authorized persons will be able to access to the system. That means if you join in any of the organization in core pharma company or any company, you will be assigning with particular ID and the password. With that only you will be able to access the system. Inadequate documentation of validation. So as I said, it's all about deliverables. So whenever you are doing any activity in the validation, you have to document each and everything. So if you are not documented, that means you haven't performed that particular activity. How many of you know pH meter, balance? I believe you all know, right? PH meter, empower. No one knows pH meter. Okay. So whenever you are performing any of the activity, say for example, you did some pH analysis, pH meter, whether it's acid base, maybe a 0 to 14 scale, you have to document that whatever the result may be. So if you're not documenting, means that you haven't followed the activity. No documentation on computer system maintenance and backup procedure. It's not like one time you did the validation, you're not going to ensure that the system is maintained in a compliant state. If you purchase two-wheeler or four-wheelers, maybe the bike or car also, after 1,000 kilometers or maybe 500 kilometers, you will be giving to service just to ensure the maintenance of the system. And lack of testing software interfaces. So testing software interfaces is something whenever some 3 to 4 systems are merged together, or maybe one or two systems, the data from one system it will go to another system. Such type of systems we call it as software interfaces or interfaces systems, where we will say SAP is the best example. Systems, applications and products, that is something software interfaces. Backup data not assured as exact and complete. Okay. So we have to take backups, depends on the complexity of the systems. So even you will also having a backup, right? Just to ensure there will be no loss to data, we have to take a backup timely manner, maybe every 2 weeks or weekly, depends on how critical is the data. That's how we have to take a backup. And data integrity issues. So data integrity is something, say for example, if I performed any activity, I have to sign with my first name, last name, and the date and time also very important. So that's what that says so and so person performed the activity on so and so date. So that is something we will be having a alcova plus plus for the data integrity. That is ALCOA plus plus acronym for data integrity. So data integrity is something to what extent the data is complete, consistent and accurate. We say it as a data integrity. Any questions team so far? Are you all in line, able to follow? Anyone having any questions so far?
No question, sir.
Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are all saying computer system validation, right? So first we'll see what exactly validation and which regulation says we have to perform validation of the software. So validation means establishing documented evidence. Whatever the activity that you are doing, we have to prepare a, like we have to produce a documentation, that is something documented evidence, which provides a higher degree of assurance that a specific process will consistently produce a product meeting its predetermined specifications and quality attributes. That's what I said, right? Consistency. If you're performing some activity, maybe the pH meter or some analysis in the quality control lab, under certain specifications and the attributes, the result will be the same. Whether you performed, I performed, or some XYZ persons performed, the output will be the same. That is something consistently the system should produce the product. Okay. And which regulation it says, like as per the 21 CFR Part 820, Section 70. 21 is the title for FDA, Food and Drug Administration, where the Code of Federal Regulation, Part 820, Quality System says, Section 70, Paragraph 5 says, when computers or automated data processing systems are used as part of production or the quality system. So if you are using in the production, that manufacturing, that the vial filling machine, whatever I showed in the initial session, that is something production system or the equipment, or maybe the quality system for the change control, the discrepancy, deviations, or the incidents. You have to use the QMS. In that cases, the manufacturer shall validate the computers for computer software for its intended use, whatever the intended use or the business purpose may be. We have to validate the software for an established protocol, according to an established protocol. And any changes, say for example you are using version 1.0 today, maybe you are using after a couple of years version 5.0. So that changes also we have to validate before approval and the issuance. And these validation activities and results shall be documented. If you understand this one, that is all about CSV. Whatever the software that you are going to use, you have to validate it, um, whether it's a production system, warehouse system, or a quality control system. If it is a GXP system, we have to validate. And the manufacturer shall validate computer software for its intended use according to an established protocol. Okay. Any questions in this slide? Are you good so far?
Sir,
Yeah.
please about automated data processing system.
Automated data processing systems means each and every place people are not going to sit and they are going to um, um, I mean to say operate the system, right? So they will be automating their business processes. Okay. I mean to say the manual interruption will be very less. You got it?
Yes, sir.
So say for example, the system that I showed you, right? Hello? Give me a second, Tim. Say for example, earlier I showed you one while filling machine, right?
Yes.
So in order to come that particular while to that particular while filling machine, it must go through autoclave and then while filling, while washing machine, some tunnel, and then while filling machine. After 3-4 steps, it is coming to the while filling machine. In between all this way, like from 1 to step 4, nowhere the manual the people will involve. That means they automated their business process. Okay, so the interruption or the interference of human people or the human resources very less. That's what they're automating the data, their business process. Okay.
Sir, please
Okay.
tell an example of automated data processing system which is used in quality systems.
QMS, you mean to say?
Yes, sir.
Change control.
Yes, sir.
Mm, automated data processing systems in QMS. Maybe if you're say for example there is a defect or the deficiency, like what you call, do you have any idea, incident, defect, discrepancy?
Sir, I have heard, but I don't know exactly what
Okay.
it is.
Okay. So say for example, if there is an incident, suddenly the system, whatever, the while filling machine only you can consider as an example. If it is stopped working, right, you need to raise an incident for that, or maybe some people will say defect or discrepancy. So when you raise the incident, you have to fill certain details, and then the outcome, maybe you will investigate what exactly went wrong, why the system stopped working, and then you are going to do some root cause analysis for that, where you have to work on kappa, corrective action and preventive action. For whatever went wrong, you have to do some corrective action for that. So whatever you did, um, the investigation based on that root cause analysis, you are going to provide a corrective action and preventive action for each and everything. We won't be having a preventive action, but corrective action will be there for incidents. Okay, are you able to understand?
Yes,
Maybe the
sir.
terminology is bit quite new for all of you since you are freshers, but it is a part of QMS terminology. Okay, and then the corrective action, preventive action, once you identify, maybe that will result in the change of the SOP, maybe the standard operating procedure. That's where you have to raise a change control for that. So each and everywhere, you're not going to work on each and everything. Once you raise the incident, the details whatever you are updating, that automatically will fetch in each and everything. So you need to update very few fields when it is automated. Otherwise you need to work on each and every, you have to take a incident, and then you have to take a uh, kappa, and then you will be going for a changing of the SOP, and you need to take a change control separately. Okay, make sense, team?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to say, automation is something where less manual interruption, the process will, or the business process will work as such. That is something we call it as a automated, or the automation or the digitalization.
Sir, what means predetermined specifications?
Predetermined specification, spec is something, the requirement we will say. Predetermined means the system how to work, you already given some predetermined, that is already determined how the system should work. Specification is like, we do have a user requirement specification, functional requirement specification, design specification. Spec is something, the requirements we can say, like what the how the system should work at exactly. Say for example, you want to purchase a two-wheeler or four-wheeler. What are the spec is something, it will be having two wheelers, the system will go, I mean to say, the vehicle will go max 100 kilometers per hour, or it's a diesel or maybe petrol vehicle or EV vehicle. These are all some specs for that particular system. Okay,
Okay.
so produce product meeting its predetermined specifications and quality attributes, especially in pharma, in terminology. Whenever you are working QC lab, in order to test any sample, you have to take some samples, right? So just to ensure that particular test, you will be taking some um, chemicals, right? So there will be a quantity, or maybe what compositions you have to use, what chemicals you need to use in order to perform that particular test. That we will say it as a predetermined specifications. And quality attributes is something, we do have a disintegration, the speed, the temperature, and all this we will do have a critical process parameters and critical quality attributes. The disintegration, the quality, the safety, identity, we call it as a quality attributes. Okay,
Okay.
maybe the terminology is more a bit complex at this point of time, but these are all the terminologies they are using interchangingly each and everywhere in the industry.
Okay.
Okay, so I logged in through my system, right? You also, how many of you log in through laptop? How many of you joined through your phone? I'm just asking, just respond. You all know, right? Whether you logged in through your laptop or your system.
Yes, yes.
You joined through your system, right?
Yes.
Do you have any training in order to use your laptop? Have any training, team? No idea. May I know your good name? Whoever responded just now. का नाम क्या?
Sorry?
Your
Sir,
good
your
name?
voice is breaking actually.
Mm-hmm. Is it
Can
better now?
you can you repeat again the question?
May I know your good name?
My name,
Yeah.
Dora Samanto.
Sorry, Samantha.
Dora Samanto.
Okay, whatever your name may be. Do you have any trainings? That means there is a training that you have to complete. Then only you will be able to access your laptop.
No.
No, right? In the same
Yes.
way, even I don't have any training in order to use my laptop. But whenever you are working in pharma industry, there will be a trainings for each and every system in order to complete. Like in order to access that particular system, you have to complete the trainings, and it will be connected to equipment or maybe the instrument. The example, the vial filling machine that I showed, the software is connected to equipment, right? So what I'm trying to say, computer system is something. It is a software, hardware, operating procedures, maybe the manuals or the SOPs, and the people. Whoever the people they are going to use this particular system, they must be training on the SOPs. That is something SOP and the people, and then equipment it is connected, and it must be working in a controlled or predictable fashion. Altogether we will say it's a computerized system. Sometimes it will be connected to network or a standalone computer system. Okay. And the computer system is like simply whatever I'm using, that I will say computer system. Whole we will say it's a computerized system. So the people who are going to use that particular computer, they must be undergoing some trainings, and then there will be SOPs for that, and it will be connected to an equipment or maybe peripherals, we will say. That is something we call it as a computerized system. Okay. So far good or bit confused? Are you okay, or any questions? Can we go to next slide? No one responding. So why to perform validation? Is my voice is good, or it's breaking, team? You're all able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
There's no breaking, right?
Yes.
So why to perform validation? To know your software is properly set up and configured. Patient safety is very important, and to deliver the right quality product, to be compliant with the regulations, FDA, EMA, MHRA, RTCA maybe, and to provide confidence that the system works as per intended use. Say for example, I have a question. So if you want to buy a two-wheeler or four-wheeler, directly you will go and take that particular vehicle, or how you are going to buy a two-wheeler or four-wheeler? Can anyone say? No idea. No one having two-wheeler, huh? At least four. Hello? Students, please respond. How many of you have two wheelers? Scooty, bike? That's okay. So what I'm trying to say, if you want to buy a two wheeler or four wheeler, I'm not going to buy a direct one. What I will do, I will buy a first I will go for a test ride. That means um, what I will do, I will be checking or ensuring how the vehicle is working, what is the condition, whether that fits for me or not, how the look and how the I mean to say the mileage it is giving, uh, each and everything I will be ensuring. Then I will be going for like the particular system. In the same way, whatever I'm trying to say, with that test drive or the test trial, I will be getting some confidence. Okay, the vehicle is okay for me. It is looking good. The mileage is good. the features also good. That is something you will get confidence before you're going to use the particular system. In the same way, it provide confidence if you validate a system and that you already know that it is working as per its intended use, and to produce consistent results as per the business process. Everywhere you will be hearing these four words: the consistent intended performance, and then patient safety, product quality, data integrity. Can you repeat what are the four things? Everywhere you will be hearing these four words only. Can
So,
anyone tell?
patient safety, product quality, data integrity, consistent performance.
Yeah, these four things interchangeably, everywhere you will be hearing these four words. So always we have to keep in our mind these four things. Okay, whenever you are taking a new systems and you have to validate those particular brand new systems, we will say it's a prospective validation. Pro is the first. uh, we the For the new systems, whenever you are doing validation, that we call it as a prospective validation. Say for example, you are starting a company, some XYZ labs, in that you started like manufacturing few drug products, right? That is something you have to validate those software, and you will say it is a prospective validation. And for existing computer systems, whatever the validation that you're going to do, we will say concurrent or the retrospective. Retro is old or existing systems, you will be saying it as a retrospective validations. Okay, for the new systems, whatever you're going to do validation, that we will say prospective validation. For the existing already in the production or in the manufacturing, we will say it's a retrospective validation. So patient safety is very important, and then product quality, data integrity. So to what extent it is complete, the data is complete, consistent, and accurate, we will say it's a data integrity. Okay, paper and electronic base. So we must understand GAMP. Can anyone read what is GAMP full form?
Good automated manufacturing practice.
So that is the full form of GAMP. So it was all started in 1990s. The subject matter experts, we call it as SME. So they are expert in industry. They know how to validate the softwares. So all the people, they come up into all together, they come as a group, and they started writing the GAMP guidance. It's not a regulation, it's a guideline. Okay, say for example, you are in final year, right? You got a campus placement where you got two jobs. One is maybe in Dr. Reddy's, the another one maybe in some um, any company for that matter, DRL and maybe Pfizer. Okay, you will approach to some XYZ person. So the person will say, maybe you can join in Pfizer. So you're going to follow that. Is it mandatory that you have to join in the Pfizer based on the guidance that he provided? Team, students, can you tell me? You got my question?
No,
No. You are in
no.
final year of your pharma. Okay. You got a campus placement. Okay. You have an offer letter in two companies. One is for Dr. Reddy's, another one is for Pfizer. So for having like got clarity? No.
I prefer a Pfizer, sir.
Okay. Maybe the other person, or maybe I mean to say, you approach some your teacher, or maybe someone who is already working in the industry, who is having a more than 20 years of experience. The person suggested to go for DRL. Okay, Dr. Reddy's. Okay, and you said you want to join in Pfizer. So is it a mandatory that you have to join in the DRL as per that particular person's suggestion?
No,
Why?
No.
because that should be my choice.
Uh,
But
yeah. It's up to you, right? It's not a mandatory. Okay. And in the same way, you are going on a two-wheeler, like on your bike or scooty, there is a red signal. Will you take over? Will you cross? I mean, to say the red signal, will you jump, or you will stop there before that red signal?
I will stop.
You will wait until the green signal comes, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
If you jump that particular red signal, what will happen? You will say, I will like break the rule and I will go even if it is a red signal. No, the traffic police
No.
caught you and then he will impose some fine, right? So what I'm trying to say, the first one is a guidance that's up to you whether you want to join in Pfizer, DRL. It's up your decision. Ultimately, you will ask for suggestions or the guidance, but ultimately at the end of the day, you are the one who is going to take a decision. But in the second case, the traffic one, if you are not following the traffic rules, you will be imposed with the fines, where you will caught and then the traffic police will impose some traffic chalana, right? So the second one is a regulation or the law, we will say. So if you're not following, you will be imposed with the fines. So GAMP is a guidance, the first one. Whether you are following or not, that's up to you. But if you are able to follow the guideline, the GAMP guideline, you will be able to follow the underlying regulations. Okay. The first example, if you join that, obviously he will give you a better suggestion, right? Because maybe past experience or whatever he experienced so far, based on that past experiences only, he's going to give the suggestion whether you join in Pfizer or DRL. And GAM says it's a document or it a book only where you are going to define a category. That means you're going to define a software. Say for example, the while filling machine that I showed you, that comes under category 4. Okay. If you're exclusively developing in-house for your business process, maybe that will say category 5. We do have a different categories. We are not going to do the same validation for each and every system. We are going to define a system under each and under every category, depends uh, based on your evaluation. Okay. Any questions so far, team? Are you able to follow? So far so good.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to say, the depth of the validation or the level of efforts is not going to be the same for each and every system. So the validation process will be depending on the category of the software where you're going to assign a particular category, and complex, how critical is the system. The while filling is directly will have impact on patient safety. It's a definitely a complex or the critical system, since it is having a direct impact on the patient safety. Okay, if something goes wrong in the manufacturing processes, instead of 2 ml it is filling 5 ml, definitely it will have side effects on the human beings. We do have different life cycle phases for a system, where we have a concept, project, operation, and the retirement. So concept is something where you are going to take a decision whether you want to automate or digitalization your process. And then project is where actually you are doing the validation. And then operation is something, how long you are going to use the system. Maybe the project will stay for 2 to 3 years, but the operation will long for maybe 10 20 years. So in the operation phase also, whatever the changes to the system, maybe the upgrades or the revisions, you have to ensure that the system is validated properly. Okay. And finally the retirement. So if you are not okay with the particular system, maybe you want to upgrade that one, how you're going to address your particular data, whatever that is generated in the 15 20 years past, how you're going to address your data, the data destruction, data migration, all these will comes under uh, retirement. Okay. We'll discuss brief in the coming sessions. Like it's more of like different activities you have to perform in each and every phase. We do have different categories, like category 1 infrastructure, the operating system, Windows 10, 11, Linux, Ubuntu. This comes under category 1. Category 3 non-configured cards, the ph mission, the ph meter, the microbalance, that all comes under non-configurable. the while filling machine or the SAP that comes under configurable. Exclusively in order to use your business process, maybe you will develop few systems or the applications. We will say category 5, that is as customer bespoke. Okay. The present version is GAMP 5 second edition, which was published in 2023, sorry, 2022 July, and that is the latest one. As per the advancements in the technologies, they started using this GAMP 5 second edition. More of automation, digitalization, Internet of Things, critical thinking, leverage the supplier documentation. No need to do the same documentation again and again by the supplier and the vendor. Say for example, you are working in some Arbindo or DRL company or the Pfizer, Sanofi, any company, and you are getting some services or the products from maybe some TCS, Cognizant, or Deloitte. The actual regulated company is the client, and the IT company is the vendor. From whomever you are going to get services, they are the vendors or the service providers. Okay, so these are all the different categories of the software. We do have a V model. Everywhere people will ask you what is the methodology that you followed. V model is something verification and validation model. We do have different deliverables or the documents we have to prepare. Requirement spec like URS, FRS, CES, DS, and where you will start developing the particular application, and you're going to test it how it is working as per your functional requirement. Say for example, someone said like the vehicle will give you 40 kilometers mileage per liter, then that is a requirement and you're going to test it. You will fill like with 1 liter and you will test that one. That is something functional testing, whatever we will say, operational qualification. So all these things we have to perform. We will say it's a V model. It will looks like a V, verification and the validation. Any questions, team, so far? Are you all able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So goals of computer system validation. So to compliance with the regulatory requirements, to ensure the data integrity.
Sir, can you repeat the V model? I can't understand properly.
So we have to prepare few deliverables. As I said, right, it's all about documented evidence, correct?
Yes.
For each and every system, we are not going to prepare all the deliverables. Okay. You understand these categories, right? Category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Okay.
Here we do have different naming for each and every category. Say for example, category 4, configured products. For category 4, we have till only configure specification. We don't need a design specification for category 4.
Configure specifications means what?
Configuration and specification is something where you will configure the system. Say for example, you have a change control system where you have a temporary change and permanent change, where you want to go with the standard change. That's how you can configure. Or maybe say for example, you have two departments only, that is quality control and engineering. You want to have a production and the uh, maybe warehouse department. In that case, you can configure the system that you can um, uh, have that other two departments as well without without changes in the code. You can use that particular system. Okay.
Okay.
So these things on technologies you will understand going forward. But if you see for requirements, all categories there. So must be user requirements must be there. Being a end user, you should know what are all the requirements that you have to give. And design spec is not required for each and every category. Design specification is required for category 5. Since you are customizing the system and there will be a more risk associated with the system, that's where you will be having a design specification for category 5. Okay. So goals of computer system validation: to compliance with the applicable regulatory requirement, ensure data integrity, accuracy, reliability, consistency, intended performance of the computer system. And once you validate the system, you need to ensure proper governance system, operation and maintenance, efficiency and the effectiveness, trained and qualified resources. So whoever going to use the system, whoever working on the validation, they already must be trained and qualified resources. Availability of the data, records, evidences for the audit. So during the audits or inspections also, you will be able to produce the documentation on need as per the requirement. Cloud models, we do have a infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or a software as a services. So you are using Netflix or Amazon Prime, right? I believe all of you having accounts definitely in Netflix or Amazon Prime. At least you are using some of your friends or maybe your cousins, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Are you managing anything? If any new movie coming, are you uploading anything? Okay. Hello? Hello? Are you uploading anything when a new movie is coming? No one. It's a general question, right? So cloud models is something earlier. If you want to watch a movie, you have to go to a theater and you have to buy some ticket and you have to watch it. But nowadays, since it's more of OTT platforms on the go, you have to take a subscription, maybe 3 months or maybe 1 year. Then you have to log in simply, and you can watch whatever the series or whatever the movies that you want to. That is something you are not managing anything. Everything will be managed by the service providers, that we will say as a software as a service. Okay. Any questions, team? If you see platform as a service or infrastructure as a service, they are managing few things and you will be managing few things. Okay. So there is a term called CSA, that is computer software assurance, especially in terms of automation, digitalization, or maybe people focusing more on documentation, right? So just to ensure there is a more testing you are performing and less documentation, that's where the CSA came into picture, that is the computer software assurance. The overall approach remains same, but to cope up with the latest technologies such as cloud computing, ERP applications, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, the CSA came into picture. So validation 4.0 inverts this paradigm to critical thinking, assurance testing, and documentation. Now in the CSV, they are focusing more on documentation, testing, assurance, and the thinking. But in the CSV, we have to focus more on critical thinking. So critical thinking is something how you are thinking, what is your understanding on the business process, um, what is your experience, everything will matters. And you're giving least importance to documentation. Okay, team. I'm not focusing much here on the CSC. Uh, like if you see here, the CSV is more of documentation, testing, assurance, critical thinking. CSC is focusing more on critical thinking, assurance, testing, and documentation. Till so many companies not started adopting the CSV, but global pharma companies, they started CSA adoption. So if you see here, the CSV 80% they are focusing on documentation, 20% on testing. If you see here in the CSA, they're focusing more on 80% on testing, 20% on the documentation. Okay. So this is something testing is not required at this point. GAMP second edition, as I said, it is published in 2022 July. That is GAMP second edition. So the overall approach remains unchanged from GAMP first edition to second edition. But as I said, latest advancements in the technologies like service providers. No need to perform the duplication of the activities. If the service provider already performs something, you can leverage their documentation. Agile methodology, automation, software tools, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So all this comes into our picture with the latest edition in the GAM5. Okay. It emphasizes on the critical thinking and the risk assessment. So it's all about risk on the how it is impacting the critical aspects such as patient safety, product quality, and the data integrity. Benefits: higher degree of confidence in a computer system and business process, reduction of cost and time taken to achieve and maintain compliance. So ultimately, we need to ensure the system is in a compliant state. So with the CSV, there will be a reduction in cost, there will be time less, and you are going to achieve and maintain the compliance. Early defect identification and resolution, that's how you are going to use the system in the production. Cost effective operation and the maintenance of the system. So once you validate the system, you will know how the system is working, how it will behave, and the maintenance of the system also is like very easy. Structured documentation, you already prepared each and every documentation deliverables as per the V model. Better understanding of the processes, so you already know how the system works or the behave, right? So you will definitely having a better understanding of the process and the systems. Clear definition of the roles and responsibilities, so everyone is not going to perform all the activities. Depends on the roles and responsibilities, they are going to do their role or assigned responsibilities. Depends on the roles and what they are assigned. Challenges, we need to understand the regulations. As I said, 21 CFR part 11, inadequate documentation practices. um, Documentation is very important in CSV. So we must be maintaining all the deliverables. Complex systems such as interface or the technologies, how the data will flow from system A to system B, what is the workflow of that system. Data integrity and security, so data integrity is very important, especially the cyber security, how we have to have stringent controls, in terms of physical, in terms of technical controls, that no one will hack our system, the data is secured. These things we need to ensure, because we are all into regulated industries. So if you see the roles, we do have a validation engineer, compliance analyst, business analyst, SQA, QA, CSV specialist, GXP consultant. So these are all the different roles in any organization. You could see all these one of the role, Infosys, HCL, Accurus, TCS, whatever you name it. Every company will have its their CSV team. These are all the few examples. So there is a huge demand. If you see the third slide, by 2036 it is expected to grow by 11%, right? The currently it is at 3%. So there is a huge demand in the pharma, biotech, and med devices. You will be working as a consultant, val lead, or QA manager, compliance officer. The future trends is like growing importance of CSV is very important, because everywhere you are hearing this artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, and every industry is using computers in place of, say for example, if you use a software, no need to invest that many resources. Maybe you can have a one resource in order to use that particular. Someone spent pharma spec, right? So if you're not using that pharma spec, maybe you need to invest maybe 5 to 10 members for only the trainings. So they will be using paper based records, and they are going to ensure who is going to have their trainings, whether they completed their trainings or not. There is a huge process. If your system is there, automatically the system will take care each and everything. Okay. So eligibility, anyone, whether you are from B Farm, B Tech, M Farm, MBA, or IT background, you can work in like a different department. Someone said he is working in microbiology, and maybe warehouse, QA, QC. You can switch to CSV, provided that if you learn something, the understanding the things, concepts. The package is like maybe it will vary from organization to organization. For a 3 to 7 years, you will get a 8 to 14 LPA. For 8 to 12 years, you get a 18 to 25. It again depends on the roles and companies. How to apply for CSV jobs? As a fresher or experienced, we can apply for Core Pharma or any third party consulting company. We need to have a strong CV, and don't share or send the same CV for each and every organization. Depends on the job description. You have to tailor your CV, whatever they requested, that we need to ensure. We have to leverage the job portals such as Naukri, LinkedIn. Make better use of the LinkedIn portal. You can network with the like-minded people who are in the industry. You have to apply strategically. No, don't think like one size doesn't fit for all. So as per the job requirement. As per the requirements, like you have to tailor your CV and you have to send it, or you have to apply for the particular job. Okay, and nowadays there is a thing called chat gpt or AI tools. Make use of them. It will give you better suggestions. Just it will fasten the things. Even if you don't know anything, it will tell you what exactly you have to do and how to do it. Okay. Okay, team, any questions so far? Yeah, any questions?
No, sir.
No one having no any questions, team? At least you understand the concept, what exactly we have to do or why it is so important nowadays.
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyone having any questions?
Who fresher join in computer system validation?
Yeah, anyone can join. Sorry, I'm unable to hear you. Can you post your question in chat? There is a glitch from your end. Communication is also very important if you want to work in this industry, because you will be working with the global pharma companies. You must be having a communication skills also. We must improve our communication skills as well. Okay, they will be sitting somewhere in US and you will be working here from India. Then you need to attend some interview, sorry, you need to attend some calls daily. So that's how communication is also very important. Any questions, team, so far?
I have one question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Any national institute, any institute, IIT or IIM
Mm-hmm.
or NIPER, which will be organize this course or certificate course or not?
No, we don't have a certified course like the Sniper or something. Sniper, they do have a pharmacoinformatics where they will deal with uh, softwares how to handle, but it's more of R&D, not exactly this one. But whatever the software that you are going to use in the pharma industry, it must be validated. You know Sniper, huh? Hello? What is the full form of Sniper? What is the full form of Sniper, team? Top key technical skill that a fresher should highlight in CSC plus yes, yes, no. Team? Yeah, if you don't have any questions, that's all.
Uh, yes, thank you, Krishna, for sharing this. I will just share one slide related to the training program in the CSV, and hope you all understood today's session first of all, and then I continue, and then we will continue with the questions. Whatever if you have, you can ask, please. Just a minute. Are you able to see the screen, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So first of all, thank you very much for attending today's session. It will be more about the computer system validation and the different career opportunities and the responsibilities guidelines. But more about this, it will be the next step. So if you want to learn about the computer system validation also, we can dedicatedly prepare one a training program for you, and this is the more information about that training program only. So that training program about the CSV can be provided by the Global Pharma Academy, which is ISO and MSME certified organization located in Pune, but we are providing all courses virtually. So here it is in CSV training, every participant will get in-depth knowledge about the GAMP5 guidelines, explore CSA, that is software assurance principles, and develop into critical regulatory frameworks such as Annexure 11 and 21 CFR Part 11. The course also emphasizes data integrity and provides hands-on experience with the essential validation deliverables. And if you're talking about the whatever the syllabus we will provide, so here it is: the basics of validation, that is why validation is needed, definition of CSV, the example of warning letters on CSV, the importance of CSV, and on lab sciences and healthcare, and challenges in CSV, the benefits of the CSV, which system needs to be validated, validation deliverables, it is IRA to VSR, then role and responsibility, types of the variations. Moving ahead, in the session 2, you will get information about the GAMP5, the key concepts, V model, life cycle phases, vendor assessment, GAMP5 categories, that is software and hardware, risk assessment methodology, critical thinking and CSA, agile methodology, SDLC and STLC, and cloud verification. Moving to the next, risk assessment, it include basic understanding of risk assessment, the risk assessment process, that is FMEA or CSA, then performing risk assessment, calculating risk, then risk mitigation approaches. Then in 21 CFR Part 11, the next topic, introduction and need of the 21 CFR Part 11, open system, closed system, electronic record and signature, audit trial, control for open system, closed system, control for electronic signature and identification codes and password, and the benefits of the 21 CFR Part 11. Then maintenance phase, it includes change management, configuration management, backup and restoration, periodic review, system retirement. Then system SOP for governance, business continuity plan, system retirement, QMS, and like gap assessment. Then topic number 6 is EU Annexure 11. It share all requirements for this. At the end of the course, every participant will get a solid foundation in the validation principle and their application to computerized system used for intended purpose, and also apply for GAMP5 risk-based approaches with the confidence, classify software effectively and determine the approaches validation efforts based on the category, integrate and apply key regulatory guidelines including 21 CFR Part 11 and Annexure 11 for compliant validation practices, then gain practices hands-on experience with essential validation deliverables. Okay, so here are all the benefits. ISO certification example, it is for the interview preparation. Okay, certified trainers, live sessions, fees are affordable, the skill development sessions we are providing, and also placement assistance we are providing. And this is for all peoples who can like BSc, MSc, BPharm, MPharm, medical science students, even ME, BTech, MTech, engineering students can also enroll for SIM. Yeah, that's it about our course, and we are also available on the application, mobile application. You can check for Android and iOS also. Yeah, that's it for about the certification course information. And if you are talking about the fees, it will be 7,999. Okay, and the course will start from the first week of the September. Okay, yeah, and it should be for the 1.5 months. Okay, and it will be on the Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. I will share all the details in the group as well for knowing more information about it. So now we are open for the questions. Any question anyone have for our certification course also, or today's session career perspective? Please ask. Did you understood today's session, everyone? Arti, Bhakti, Dora, then
Sir.
Kiran, Shivam. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, Krishna, sir, please share if any tip you want to give to our fresher students, if you can.
So if they are already in final year, maybe they can go for instead of core pharma, like if they got any opportunity working in a QC, um, where they need to work more like more hours. I don't think like in terms of pay or maybe work life balance, but definitely there will be a good career or prospects in terms of CSV. You can work in any IT company also. So you can say, I'm working in so and so company. So every Saturday and Sunday will be off. You will be paid more when it compares to core pharma industry. So just try to choose your career in CSV. So it will be a bright, definitely for sure. You just check with someone who is already working in industry also. I see so many people who are working in pharma industry with 10 years of experience also. That's switching their career into CSV. Okay, just take a good decision, and then start your career in CSV. Definitely, it will be a bright career going forward. Yeah. Any questions, team?
Any question anyone has?